She thought death was coming, but woke in the arms of a human who refused to let her go. The sky had been burning when she fell. Lysra remembered the shriek of plasma cannons, the tearing of her ship's hull, and the icy certainty that she would not live another hour. Her people's war was lost, her squadron scattered, her body broken. She had thought death would come swiftly in the void. Instead, she awoke choking on air that smelled of wet earth, grass, and wood smoke. A strong pair of arms held her tightly against a broad chest. She blinked through the haze, confusion sharpening into fear. Not her people, not a medic, a human. He carried her as though she weighed nothing, boots splashing through mud, jaw tight with determination. Her cracked lips moved. "Kill me." The man glanced down, eyes blazing in the dim light. Not happening. The wounded stranger. Her body was shredded. Claw burns across her side, shrapnel buried in her shoulder, blood soaking her uniform. Every breath was agony. Her kind healed faster than humans, but the wounds were too deep. She should not have survived the crash. "Why?" she croaked, the word barely audible. His voice was steady, almost stubborn. "Because you're alive. That's enough." She wanted to laugh, but blood filled her throat. No human should have wanted to save her. Her people had raided their colonies, burned their worlds, slaughtered their soldiers. To them, she was the enemy. To him, she did not know what she was. He brought her into a cabin of rough-hewn logs. The warmth of firelight washed over her, contrasting the cold that had settled into her bones. He laid her carefully on a cot, stripped away armor plates, and began working with hands both gentle and precise. Lysra hissed as he pulled shrapnel free. "Why not finish me?" He paused, meeting her gaze. His eyes were a shade of green that reminded her of forests, something she had seen only in pictures. "Because I don't kill people who are bleeding in my arms." People. He had called her people, not enemy. The battle with death. The hours blurred together in fevered fragments. She drifted in and out of consciousness. Each time she woke, the human was there, changing her bandages, forcing broth past her lips, murmuring words she barely understood but which anchored her to life. Sometimes she fought him, weak hands pushing against his chest. "Leave me, let me die." He caught her wrists easily but did not hurt her. "You don't get to give up. Not while I'm here." At one point, delirium took her. She screamed in her native tongue, thrashing as visions of fire and war consumed her. He only held her tighter, voice steady against her ear. "You're safe. You're not alone." Safe. The word meant little to a soldier who had never known peace. Yet in his arms, the nightmare always broke, replaced by the steady rhythm of his heartbeat. Days of quiet. Her strength returned slowly. The first time she managed to sit up, the human grinned at her like she had conquered a mountain. "Good," he said. "Knew you weren't going to quit on me." Lysra narrowed her eyes. "You saved an enemy. Do you think your people will thank you?" His grin faded, but his answer was unwavering. "Don't care? I do what's right." She studied him in silence. Humans were strange. Fragile bodies, short lifespans, stubborn beyond reason. She'd been raised to believe they were beneath her kind. Yet this one man had undone everything she thought she knew. He told her his name was Marcus, a farmer before the war, a soldier when the draft came. Now, just a man who wanted to live quietly in the ruins of a world torn apart. And now, her guardian, the confession. One night, when the storm howled outside and the fire burned low, Lysra spoke the truth she had kept hidden. "I killed humans," she whispered, staring at the ceiling beams. "On the battlefield. Many, too many." Marcus was silent for a long time. She expected anger, disgust, perhaps even a knife in her heart. Instead, he let out a breath. "And if I told you I killed your people too?" She turned her head, meeting his gaze. His eyes were not soft now. They were heavy with his own ghosts. "We both did what we had to do," he said quietly. "Doesn't mean we have to keep doing it." Her throat tightened. For the first time, she believed survival might mean more than just breathing. The choice. Weeks passed. Her body healed. Scars crisscrossing her skin where wounds had once festered. Marcus taught her to walk again, steadying her when she stumbled. They spoke of little things: food, seasons, stars, topics that had nothing to do with war. But the war had not forgotten them. Distant engines roared one morning, soldiers sweeping the forest. Marcus's cabin was no longer safe. If they found her, she would be executed on sight. If they found him harboring her, he would hang beside her. "You should run," she told him. "Leave me. I'll draw them away." Marcus stared at her as though she had grown another head. "Not a chance. I didn't keep you alive just to watch you throw yourself to them. You'll die for me. Then I'll die holding on to what's right." Her chest ached worse than any wound. She had been ready to die 1,000 times before, but now, because of him, she wanted to live. Flight. They fled into the mountains together. Marcus carried supplies. She carried guilt and determination. His world had been quiet before she crashed into it. Yet he had chosen her over safety. At night, when they rested beneath the stars, she sometimes woke to find his arm around her, not out of need, but out of instinct. He never let go, even in sleep. Each time, she thought of the moment she had believed death was certain. Instead, she had awoken in the arms of a human who refused to let her go. A new beginning. The war raged on beyond the mountains, but here, in the silence of frost-tipped peaks, there was something new. Marcus planted seeds in hidden valleys, teaching her how life could grow from broken soil. She, in turn, taught him old songs of her people, their words softened into something gentle in his rough voice. One night, as the fire crackled low, she leaned into him, resting her head against his shoulder. "I thought you were a fool," she admitted. He chuckled. "You're not wrong. And yet, I'm still here." "Yeah," he said softly, pulling her closer. "And I'm not letting you go." For the first time, Lysra did not argue. Death had come for her that day in the sky. Instead, she had found life in the arms of a human who refused to let her slip away.